to do those maneuvers that we don't get to do very often. And we have a whole bunch of instructors that are there to guide you through it throughout the day. We all struggle for the right fit in the jacket, the right fit in the glove, you know. Whenever we have our lecture night and people bring their gear, sometimes you're kind of like going, oh my God, like those are your husband's glove, right? Because the fingers are like this long. And I mean, we can't ride with that type of apparel, so take the time to, you know, pick the right apparel, something that fits you properly. The elbows, the pads, and the shoulder pads should be at the right location, okay? If the elbow pad is over here, it's usually not good. Won't do anything to...
Apparel and accessories is super important. We're really firm believers here on proper safety gear, and like she mentioned, we don't want to see anyone unhappy with their gear. You should try on clothing that makes you feel better. Shopping should be fun, all this kind of stuff. I think I know quite well, looking for motorcycle gear myself, it is often a bit of a boys' club. A lot of times you walk into shops and it's men buying these pink girly dresses, and you look on the internet for options and you Google women in motorcycling and bikinis come up. So 100% we know what you're going through there. So the biggest key secret in finding gear, I think that a lot of us miss, is just to try it on. Feel comfortable trying it on. Try on different styles, options, things you might not have normally tried on. At the end of the day, it's safety gear, and there's a lot of things that go into the jackets, and sometimes you don't necessarily see them on the first glance. A lot of times too, it's, we struggle with trying to buy brands that fit women's bodies, that don't fit 16-year-old girl bodies, but fit women's bodies. And we're learning too, so, be vocal about what you're looking for. If safety is your #1 concern, talk to an associate about that. Go into the store and say, I'm looking for this jacket. This is what's important to me. I ride, only when it's nice out. I ride when it snows out. Like, let us know. These people, we spend all day here looking at gear. We know what's out there, and a lot of times we can help find you exactly the right fit. But you have to be vocal, you have to be patient, and you have to let us know.
I'm Isabel. I'm here tonight to reach all women riders, unite them and support them. So the way we want to do that, grow our ranks, is by promoting and celebrating women riders. And I find that the best way to do it through is clubs. And I have joined a few. Tonight we have the Motormaids with us here. Nancy right up front, which I'm a member of. Motormaids, they have things such as once a month breakfast. They keep you plugged in as to what's going on. How about Tuesday night ice cream runs? So they do a lot of things that kind of groups women together, and we learn from one another. The other one that I've joined that I'm really happy with is Power Lily. And Power Lily is a professional network for women in power sports. We have women from all over that are very smart, educated women with a lot of experience that maybe can help those that are not so experienced. Our female riders on Facebook, and again, fun group. They kind of let you know what's going on and organize rides again and things like International Female Ride Day, and I had a lot of fun with it. So, and I knew that because of that Ottawa Female Ride Day.
The underlying theme that we haven't probably figured out tonight is fit. And it's not just on gear, it's on bikes as well too. So we've got a few bikes lined up for different styles of bikes. So the first one is Ninja 400, which is classified as a sport tour bike. So it has a sportier look with the fairing, but is a much more upright bike. We then have a traditional cruiser, which is the Vulcan 500. The Ninja 250, which is a more entry-level bike. Okay. The BMW F650 GS, my bedroom. And we got a bunch of tempo scooters, the Keeple 125. Now, one thing that fit is really important, but it's like a shoe. It's got to fit. If it doesn't fit, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to ride it. You're not going to feel comfortable when you ride it. You won't get your experience up when you need to get experience so that you can graduate to a bigger bike if you want to later on. So what you need to do is sit on bikes. Come in, sit on bikes, and then we'll send you over to sit on those what you need to do.
When you install a lowering kit, there's more things that you do than just put the kit in and that's it. One thing we do is check, make sure the chain tension is right, make sure that there's ground clearance between the wheel and the fender. If you go too low, what happens is the wheel starts rubbing against the fender. One bike we had in the shop, the wheel wore right through the fender, the computer, and the wiring harness. So the customer had to, they installed the kit themselves, and unfortunately their bill was quite expensive because they had to replace the wiring harness, the computer, the fender, and another lowering kit to raise the bike up enough. Sometimes with some bikes, if you lower it too much, you have to cut the side stand to lower it enough so that the bike doesn't fall over. Most bikes, you don't need to do it. Some, depending on your height, there's a little more modification that needs to be done to the motorcycle to get it to the right height to fit you. Where does this lowering kit go? Most lowering kits go on the back, and then you adjust the front so that the bike's not pitching too down or too forward. Most times when you lower a bike, the back end sits down and the front end sits higher. What you do, or what we normally do, is we loosen the forks, support the bike, and we'll lower the front forks anywhere from 15 to 25 millimeters. 25 millimeter forks if there's enough clearance here. And that will make the bike sit more level than just replacing the rear linkage. So there is a little bit more than just putting in the lowering kit. You do have to adjust.
I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming out tonight. This is a little bit outside of the norm of our usual techniques. They're a little bit more specific on things like winter maintenance, where we do step-by-step on tips. But this one was really just gathering women together to just say, hey, we're here, we want to talk to you, we want to service you, we want you to feel comfortable in our store. Lots of us here ride and have been riding for more than a year.